Ladies and gentlemen, the latest on Anheuser-Busch. Due to their fraternization with Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender TikTok star, the market cap has reduced by $4 billion.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and this situation with Bud Light keeps getting more and more interesting, more and more spicy, more and more fun. Leave a like on the video if you're having fun sticking it to Bud Light, because it's actually having an effect. In fact, we are now on day 10 in a row in which they have been terrified to post on any of their social media. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that they've essentially had a full-scale, panic inside the walls at Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch. The left right now is pushing so hard to pretend like, oh, it doesn't matter. The right's not having any effect. Well, we know we are. First of all, if everything was hunky-dory, then why aren't you posting to social media? I mean, if everybody is just so happy, they're so happy for Bud Light and hiring a biological man and telling their existing customers that they hate them, why aren't they posting? Nothing to Facebook, nothing to Twitter, nothing to Instagram for 2 weeks now, almost 2 weeks. They know their customers are mad. They're just literally trying to sit this one out, which is exactly why we can't let them. These videos are you guys are doing so good, leaving likes on them, sharing them. When you see somebody drinking Bud Light, it's become like a joke now. I've seen like somebody yesterday, someone was drinking a Bud Light and like, oh, when are you getting your bottom surgery? And they're like, what? So like it's getting out there into the mainstream. And as of yesterday, due to, certainly some part due to the pushback, Budweiser lost $4 billion in company value in a single day. $4 billion. Now, their stock had dropped about 2.5%. Now, to be fair, the Anheuser-Busch stock has really been at pretty close to an all-time high. So some of that could be people pushing back. Cashing in on their gains. But certainly there are plenty of people that are reacting to this boycott and all the other information that I'm going to talk about today with serious concern that the company isn't going to, that they've got a major sales crisis on their hands. By the way, I did want to mention my sponsor, Meta PCs, real quick. I'll leave a link in the description to the towers that I put together. But Meta PCs is veteran-owned. They've stuck by me for years. They don't play with cancel culture. They don't get political. They just build some of the best PCs on the market. If you use my promo code The Quartering, you'll save. You can do custom builds. You can do laptops. So I understand you might not be ready in the market immediately for a new computer or laptop. But when you are, remember Meta PCs. Remember promo code The Quartering. You'll save money on it. Let them know I sent you when you're over there chatting with them. So you see the post here. The woke Bud Light campaign has already shaved off $4 billion in company value. Don't let Dems lie to you. Conservative boycotts work. Now, again, some people are saying, well, the stock is up 44% in the last 6 months, though. That's true, but that actually is completely unrelated because the boycott didn't start till 2 weeks ago or about a week ago to be, really hit them. Now, this is just part of it, right? And we can look at the stock today and see that it's already, kind of clawing back a little bit of that, but we'll see where it ends on the day. Certainly Budweiser is going to have to make some sort of decision. You see Anheuser-Busch stock drops amid Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney controversy. Mulvaney, who uses these pronouns, don't care about that. Since the public fallout began over Mulvaney's partnership, the social media accounts for Bud Light have not included any posts on the subject, really none at all. However, a representative for Anheuser-Busch defended the company's work with the influencer in a statement of Fox News article. Quote, the Anheuser-Busch works with hundreds of influencers. We know all that. They're saying, oh, well, we work with lots of people, not just these weirdos that, mock women. And this is how you know you're on the right side of things. When Howard Stern is coming out to say, oh, no, this is a great thing. Yeah, this is really great. The guy that's too afraid to leave his own house, that has like airlock systems to get in and out of his house. That guy. The guy who's a TDS lunatic. By the way, again, you cannot like Trump or let's say Biden, but being a lunatic about it is, he makes her, of course, you end up like Howard Stern. And the idea that he's saying like, Kid Rock, I know him. He's had a great life. He transitioned from some kid in Michigan to a rock superstar. I'm really dumbfounded when someone would care so much about the Bud Light thing and say, F Anheuser-Busch. I don't get it. Except the thing is, Howard Stern totally does get it. He gets that this is a part of kind of the narrative, the push. Some people call it the agenda, whatever people are saying. But now this new article here, Bud Light suffers bloodbath as longtime and loyal customers revolt against campaign. Here's a new interview with a local bar owner. Consumers nationwide revolted against the nation's top-selling beer after it stepped recklessly into the culture wars last week with its spokesperson, Don't Really Care. Quote, I think society flexes its muscles sometimes and reminds manufacturers that consumers are still in charge. Jeff Fitter, owner of Case and Bucks, a restaurant and sports bar in Barnhart, Missouri, told Fox News Business. Quote, in Bud Light's effort to be inclusive, they excluded almost everyone else, including their traditional audience. He cited sports fans, working people, and women as loyal Bud Light consumers, the brand suddenly excluded in its race to go woke. Bud Light maker Anheuser-Busch is headquartered in nearby St. Louis, but even Fitter's Bar witnessed a catastrophic decrease in sales of the hometown suds among loyal and consumers this week. Sales of Anheuser-Busch bottled products dropped 30% over the last week, while drought beer plummeted 50%. Oh, that's on bottles or tap, I think of that. So massive drop, 50% drop in sales in the week. So everybody on Twitter who's gaslighting and saying, oh, this is all fine. You guys are, you're not making any difference. I don't know. Sure doesn't. 50% drop in sales is not nothing. And you know what the thing is? Like once you move on to like a new beer, you just stay on it. You know what I mean? Like these people are not going to come back. Similar stories found around the country. Bud Light normally outsells rival products Miller Lite and Coors Light 25-1 at Braintree Brew House in Massachusetts, a sprawling sports bar just outside of Boston. Not this week. 80% of Bud Light drinkers ordered something else this week, Brewhouse owner Alex Caceres said. While 20% who did order Bud Light weren't really on social media and hadn't heard about the pitch. They didn't order it again, he said, after other patrons told them about the Bud Light marketing issue. One pub in Heck's Kitchen in New York City, neighborhood known for its large and vocal gay community, reported Bud Light sales dropped 58%, while Bud Light bottle sales were down 70%. These are massive numbers. This is working. Like, Bud Light's decision to dive into the culture war was a bad decision that defied virtually every rule in building brands and marketing, a national beer industry analyst told Fox Business. He cited a nightmare scenario for Bud Light sales and representatives in Texas, where the brand for years has sponsored large weekly dart league with 100-plus players on Thursday night. The bar only sold 4 12-ounce Bud Light bottles the entire week. This is... Listen, if you haven't yet, give yourself a pat on the back. Leave a like on the video. And it is working. If people keep this up for several months, you're going to cripple their sales. The bar typically sells through 3 kegs of Bud Light at the single event, a total of 495 12-ounce pours. The bar sold only 4 12-ounce bottles the entire week as dart players held a mass protest against their own sponsor. They've already done enough damage in 1 week to disrupt years-long sales projections. A beer sales representative who works with national beer retailers such as Costco told Fox Business, "You don't just make up those sales. People aren't going to drink twice as much Bud Light the following weekend to recover the lost business." For a brand as large as Bud Light, the public relations calamity already represents millions of lost dollars, even if the revolt ended tomorrow. Bud Light is famous for hiring the best marketing people in the business, the national rep said, but this time they hired the wrong person. Bud Light Vice President of Marketing, Alyssa Heinerscheid, said that she was inspired to update the fratty, out-of-touch humor of the beer company with inclusivity. This is what happens. Like, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. Quote, "It seems Bud Light has everything to lose and very little to gain, as current drinkers are not really receptive to this new development. I had a really good job when I took over Bud Light, and that was the brand is in decline, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you just want to drink beer without getting a lecture on social or political commentary or someone's orientation," St. Louis hospitality consultant said. Now, Bud Light sales have actually been declining for years. The brand is likely to be overtaken soon by Corona or Modelo as the nation's top-selling beer brand, according to industry observers. The current ad campaign may hasten the demise with a self-inflicted wound, sources say. I mean, this is really, really big. You all are really going out there and sticking to your guns. And like, I can't say how happy I am to see, bottle sales down 70%. That is massive. See, the thing is, it's not always just one thing, right, that makes people kind of snap and say, enough is enough. It's really the death by 1,000 cuts. And this, like, every brand has been inundating everybody with politics and this and that and the other thing. People have finally stood up and said, you know what? Enough is enough, and I'm out. And I couldn't be happier for everyone out there putting their foot down. Keep it up. Keep telling people you see drinking Bud Light or Budweiser products, Anheuser-Busch products. Remember, there's Stella Artois. I think there are several other brands. Keep it up. Seriously, like a month of this will have a massive effect. Keep it up, everyone. You're doing awesome. Leave a like on the video. Make sure you share it. We'll talk to you again real soon.